record, I'm Delegate. Oh, I'm sorry.
We need to go live.
We need to go live. Go right ahead.
We're live.
Right.
We're live. Okay.
Why not restart or
Okay.
reintro?
Okay. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. For the record, I'm Delegate Ben Brooks, and I want to welcome you to the Public Utilities Subcommittee. Today is Friday, April 1st, 2022, and we have one bill before us today. That's House Bill 1083. And Council, would you go ahead and get started on that?
Yes, House Bill 1083 from Delegate Carr was heard a few weeks ago. This is the County and Municipal Street Lighting Investment Act bill. He has significant amendments that he presented along with the bill. The amendments, obviously, number one is technical. The bill with the amendments allows a county or municipality to acquire street lighting equipment by purchase or condemnation from the electric company, convert over to a street lighting service, to a customer-owned street lighting tariff that would have to be filed by the relevant electric company and approved by Public Service Commission, enter into an agreement to purchase electricity either from the electric company or from a third-party supplier, contract with someone to maintain the street lighting equipment, which could be the electric company but need not be, and authorize disputes over these things, generally speaking, to go to the Public Service Commission, except for condemnation, which would be handled by, as it normally is in court, with the value of the net book value of the street lighting equipment to be determined by a jury. The amendments define make-ready work, change the definition of fair market value to be net book value, define street light service point, make some additional changes to the sorts of equipment that are considered to be street lighting equipment, and add to the General Assembly findings and declarations concerning municipal and county ownership of street lighting equipment. And instead of requiring 60 days written notice, simply require written notice to the Company and Public Service Commission before a county or municipality that receives street lighting service to submit a request to acquire, and after acquire, convert over to the customer-owned street lighting tariff, enter an agreement to purchase electricity. And again, if they fail to, if the county, the local government, and the electric company fail to agree on the purchase price, the county or municipality may go over to Title 12 of the Real Property Article for condemnation proceedings. Okay, I see that Delegate Moutz has joined us. That is a large part of the amendments to the bill.
Oh, that's a significant amount of changes from what was presented, correct?
Well, he did bring these to the hearing, but yeah.
Okay. I would move on. Well, go ahead.
Do we have any questions from anyone?
Hey, I have one question.
Mr. Chairman.
Just one question.
I see questions from 3 members.
Okay. Mr. Whip, go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, Bob. How is this to be implemented? I mean, how's it?
I just lost you, Delegate.
Yeah, you're on mute.
There you go.
Did you hear me?
No, sir, you were on mute.
Yeah. I said, how do they collect on, the locals collect on this? I mean, they're not a utility company, so how would that work?
Well, they would, what they would do, they're still purchasing electricity from someone, whether it's an electric company or whether it's a third-party supplier. The question is, who owns the lighting instrument? Who owns the lamps and the fixtures? And so the bill is to allow the local government to purchase the fixtures and lighting and the lamps, which are currently owned by the incumbent electric company, and instead to have the locality take ownership. They would be, instead of being on the current tariff, PSC would have to approve at the request of the electric company, and the electric company would have to file for one, a customer-owned electricity tariff, which would be different from what they're currently doing now, but it would have to be approved through the Public Service Commission, as it does under every other regime under Title IV of the Public Utilities article. So they'd still be paying for electricity. It would be a different tariff than they're using now.
Who would maintenance and maintain it?
They would be able to contract either with the electric company or with a third party. There are a number of companies out there that do maintenance on street lamps and highway light poles.
Thank you.
All right, the chair recognizes Delegate Impalera.
Yeah, I saw that the vice chair sounded like he wanted to move unfavorable. If he does want to do that, I would be happy to second that. I had numerous questions, but Delegate Branch seemed like he covered some of those. So before I ask my questions, if the Delegate Crosby wants to move that unfavorable, I'll do the
Let's
second.
go ahead and let's entertain the questions first, and then we'll go to that.
Okay.
Okay.
This has been a bill that's been brought before us for many years, and it's always been rejected. And now the world is changing even faster. That this lighting equipment is it's updated constantly, and I just don't know if a municipality is capable of keeping up with that. So my question, first off, where is the Public Service Commission? Are they in support of this? Do they believe they have the resources and the time to spend with every single municipality in the state of Maryland that might want to do this? Bob, where was the Public Service Commission on this stuff?
On the bill as introduced, they had concerns. I believe most of those, if not all, were addressed by the sponsors' amendments. I don't know what their current position is.
Thank you. And secondly, like I just said, I'm concerned about the fact that utilities are moving so quickly. So purchasing power on utilities is created by the number of units you're going to buy. So if a city is going to buy, 100 units, but the utility company can buy 10,000 units, it makes a lot more sense to leave this in the hands of the the utility company. So I'm not in favor of the bill. It sounds like something that someone wanted years ago when utilities were more stable. They're not stable now. So it may have worked 20 years ago. I don't believe it works at all anymore. That's all.
Thank you, Delegate. All right, Chair recognizes Delegate Charkoudian.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yeah, I did note, well, I saw that Lisa Smith is here from the Public Service Commission, but I actually was just pulled up their testimony, and it says the sponsors proposed amendments to HB 1083 resolve the commission's concerns outlined above. If the committee issues favorable report, we urge the adoption of the amendment. So I think that sort of gives that answer. I guess the question that I just wanted to clarify, Bob, is it's my understanding that we actually passed a bill a number of years ago that allowed for the purchase to happen. And is that correct?
2007, yes.
So it's not that that's not the new piece. It's that we're now, because there has not been, cities haven't been able to essentially pull it off since then. Because of the disagreements about the value, this sort of creates a roadmap to set down how the value will be determined. So municipalities still may or may not choose to follow through on the purchase, but this at least creates a roadmap to address some of the places where folks have been stuck. Am I understanding that correctly, Bob? Like what this is adding to what we had before?
It is certainly adding changes to the way things are valued. It is also explicitly requiring the establishment of a customer-owned electricity tariff that is not present in current law. The testimony indicated that this is something that would be not mandatory, but rather would be discretionary on the part of the locality. I also, by the way, have a communication from Ms. Smith stating that as amended, the commission is neutral on the bill.
Okay.
The amendments have addressed the technical concerns of the commission. The policy is a different matter. That's up to the General Assembly.
Understood, thank you. And I just, the last thing I would do is, I do note the pretty wide support ranging from Prince George's County Executive and multiple towns across this, I won't read them off, but across the state. So, thank you, Mr. Chair.
All right, thank you. Delegate Queen?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just have a probably two questions, maybe three at the most. So this had a crossfire. Did the Senate not work on this at all?
Let me just check. I don't believe that bill has moved.
My understanding is it is not, Bob.
Okay.
I believe that's correct. But
And
I
I
didn't
guess,
want to say it without checking. Yeah.
okay. And so I guess just kind of getting back to what Delegate Sharppudding was saying and address what Delegate Ampalario was mentioning. This is just enabling if a county or a municipality doesn't want to do it, this is not forcing them to do it, right?
That's correct. And yes, Delegate Crosby is correct. There's nothing that's happened in the Senate after holding a hearing on February 15th.
So I guess the point about it having a lot, and this is a lot to digest late in the session. But if it's the issue on pricing, which is the stumbling block, I mean, has that been answered sufficiently? I guess it would be the question that I would have, and I don't know who best to answer that. Is that something the Public Service Commission could say that makes sense, or who would we look to say that's a reasonable definition?
From my perspective, that's a policy call.
So we in the General Assembly would have to say that's the right way to do it based on what some accountant has said. I mean, what would we use as our basis? Because we're not accountants either.
Or some of them, most of you aren't.
Yeah.
I'm certainly not. I'm a lawyer. So
Yeah. But I think I read in that they said they were going to use the net book value for federal energy regulatory or FERC accounting method. So that's how they would determine what the value of those that equipment or those poles are.
But that would be what under the amendments, yes.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Originally, it was going to be a fair value, and they've changed it to be net book value.
Net book value, yeah, okay. The chair recognizes Delegate Mons.
Just in time, Chairman. I was about to pull my hand down. We've had enough questions. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, all right. And last but not least, Delegate Harrison.
Thank you so much. So I'm neither an accountant or a lawyer, but I am a former chair of the Prince George's County Council. And I spent 10 years on that council and 6 years as a staff member before that. And while we did have a letter of support from the county executive, I also know the limitations of the Department of Public Works in Prince George's County and what they have not been able to do with what they've done so far, with what they have. And so I would beg to differ with the county executive on this.
All right.
I move on favorable.
All right, there's been a move.
Second.
Can I get a second? Okay, it's moved in the second for an unfavorable. Are there any other questions? Okay, of those all who are in favor of the unfavorable, would you signify by saying aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, any opposed?
Aye.
Oppose.
Okay, Bob, do we need it? I think the ayes have it, but
That's your call, sir.
okay, yeah, let's do a roll count on that.
We do.
Roll call.
Okay. Okay. Branch.
Delegate Branch?
Aye. On the, I'm
On the
voting
unfavorable?
against the, right.
On the unfavorable, okay.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Charcudian.
Yeah, thanks. I'm no on the unfavorable. Thank you.
Okay. Crosby.
Aye.
Okay. Fisher is excused. Harrison.
Aye.
Howard is excused. Impalaria.
Aye, only unfavorable.
Mouts.
Aye.
Pippi is excused. Queen.
I am no on the unfavorable, right?
Okay, and without the chair voting, that is 5-2.
Okay, all right, the bill fails. Alrighty.
That's the only bill, sir.
Okay, well, that's it for the order. I thank everybody for coming, and we'll
One
see you on the floor.
question, Mr. Chairman. What just
Yeah.
happened? Everything froze, so I don't know what the end result was.
The bill
Unfavorable.
fails. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right. See everybody on the floor. Thanks.